Hey guys, Alex Bins Vinyl here, and I'm here with another vinyl inbox. A reasonable stack this time. I tried to cut back a little bit on how much vinyl I was taking in. Just because I realized that the 35, 40-minute videos can be a bit much for some people. I know I don't want to sit through a video that's 35 or 40 minutes long just looking at vinyl. As much as it's nice to look at vinyl, it gets a bit much for some people. So I tried to cut back a bit, and I've got a reasonably sized stack here. So let's get into this. Only one hip hop 12-inch this month, and that is the 12-inch for Beastie Boys. She's on it. This is actually one I've been looking for a while, because She's on It is a song that is not on License to Ill, but the two songs that are on the B-side, Hold It, Now Hit It, and then Slow and Low, are both on License to Ill, I believe. I know Slow and Low definitely is. Produced by Rick Rubin, one of the greatest producers of all time. And this is actually a very rare, well, not very rare, but you hardly ever see this 12-inch come up. Like, any time past 1988, it's hard to come by. Fortunately, I have seen two of them since I picked this one up, but I only need one to complete my collection, really. Next up was a recommendation, and a very welcome recommendation, actually. It is the Tramps 3 by the Tramps. Very, very good album. 1977's the year on this. Oh, yeah. And the single is from 1985, by the way. So it was released, I think, before License to Ill. But yeah, anyway, The Tramps is from 1977. Fantastic jazz funk album. I'm going to call it jazz funk. It probably isn't. It's probably just funk, but it is a fantastic, fantastic album. Highly recommend it. Comes with the Atlantic inner sleeve there. It's on the green and orange Atlantic label, so that's very nice, and that was a very, very welcome recommendation to my addition to my collection. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Next up is Atlantic Star, the best of Atlantic Star. 1986 is the year on this, and I mainly got this due to a recent thread going around thanks to Andy's Vinyl Den talking about greatest hits. This is one I would have put on my list, but I didn't get it in time for when I did the video. But there's really good songs on here like Circles, Secret Lovers, Stand Up, One Love. You know, obviously there's going to be all the hits on here because it is a best of, but yeah, very, very nice addition to the collection there. Next up is one by Carl Douglas, and this is Keep Pleasing Me. Now, the cover is a little damaged here because it did still had the original record label sticker on it from a certain record shop that had a sticker on it ticking what label it was on and then listing the price that way, but that sticker was ripped off and there was still some of it left on here, which I don't like, but the vinyl is perfect. It's from 1978, and I think outside of Kung Fu Fighting, not many people know about Carl Douglas, so this is definitely a very, very welcome addition to the collection. It's on Pi Records, but it does include the hit Run Back, which is a fantastic song. This whole album is just fantastic. Carl Douglas is one of those artists that I think needs more love in the VC, I think. Another 12-inch, this is not a hip-hop 12-inch, this is a soul 12-inch, but this is Marvin Gaye. I heard it through the grapevine. This also has That's the Way Love Is, Can I Get a Witness, and You're a Wonderful One in addition to it. And it's very weird because side A is in stereo and side B is in mono. It's very weird. I heard it through the grapevine is the extended version on this. It's very nice. On the Motown label, 69 is the year on this 12-inch. So very, very welcome addition. Next up is Toby by the She Lights. Now, this is the British cover, in case you guys are wondering. I do prefer the American cover where it's like a sunset and boats and everything, but it doesn't change the fact that this is just a fantastic album from start to finish. 1974 1974 is the year on this album. If you are a fan of Jay-Z, you may recognize the song Toby that was sampled in the Black Album for the song September 4th. So go check that out and then, listen to Toby and you will realize that I'm right. Yeah, She Lights, great album, and I'm definitely going to get more things by the She Lights in the future because they are just fantastic. Only one reggae pickup this month, unfortunately, but it is 2000 Volts of Holt by John Holt. 1976 is the year on this, and there's some fantastic covers on here, like I Will, Peace and Love, For the Love of You, the Isley Brothers cover. That is an incredible song. And interesting story, I did almost have 1000 Volts of Holt this month as well, but the vinyl was just obliterated and it was unplayable, so I couldn't pick it up, but I had to leave that one behind, which is unfortunate because I have 3000 volts, now I have 2000 volts, so when I find a good copy of 1000 volts, I'll get it and I'll show it, and then I might show off a lot more reggae in the future. But going back to this, fantastic album. John Holt is quickly becoming one of my favorite reggae artists, so of course I'm going to pick up more John Holt in future months. Few things for the Stevie Wonder collection, and actually before I get onto the 12s, there is a 7 I would like to show off. And don't worry, my 7-inch collection is coming very shortly, but I want to show this off to get it out of the way because I did pick it up this month and this is something I think deserves mentioning. Very rare 7-inch by Stevie Wonder. It's in mono, but it has the song Fingertips on it, which is just a great song. 1964 is the year on this, and it is such an expensive 7-inch and a very rare one, but very worth getting if you can find it, because it is just incredible. When you're a big Stevie Wonder fan like me, this is something that is just, you just have to get it. So in case you guys are wondering where my 7-inch video it will be going up, it will be very soon. I just wanted to show that off. So when it comes to the actual video of my 7-inch collection, you guys know that that is the newest 7-inch to my collection. Now, onto the Stevie Wonder 12 inches. The first one is Down to Earth. 1966 is the year on this. Nice mint copy of this album. Very hard to find mint copies of any early Stevie Wonder stuff, man, but very lucky to come across this. Great album. Probably not early repress, not first pressing it in, but yeah, definitely a great album. If you saw my response to Andy's Vinyl Den's Greatest Hits thread, you've seen this already, but it is Stevie Wonder's original Musicarium 1. Picked this up especially for the video. This is from 1982, and inside it shows you all the albums that feature on this, so everything from Music of the Mind up to Hotter Than July, and there's even 4 unreleased tracks on this album, so of course I had to get this one before I get any of his other greatest hits. And then the next one that I got, the most recent thing that I picked up this month, it is Stevie Wonder Live. And until I saw this come through the shop that I work at, I didn't know this existed. This is from 1970, and as a Stevie Wonder fan, I'm going to have to get everything by Stevie Wonder. With not knowing of this record's existence, I feel a little ashamed, but fantastic album nonetheless. It does mean I now have A Place in the Sun and Down to Earth twice on vinyl, but I'm not ashamed of that at all. It also has My Sherry Amore on here, Sunny. It's just an absolutely fantastic album. Not the best recording of a live album that I've heard, but still a good one. Next album I'm going to show was another recommendation. This is Peabo Bryson and Roberta Flack, Born to Love. 1983 is the year on this. Fantastic album. Again, from start to finish, songs like Born to Love, Coming Alive, Blame It On Me, I Just Came Here to Dance. Fantastic album from start to finish. It's that 80s soul thing, so it might not be a lot of people's bags, but this is the kind of thing that I showed off way back when I first started showing off my collections, and I'm going to start showing off this kind of stuff more, because this is the kind of stuff I miss showing off. Stuff that maybe you wouldn't see elsewhere in the VC, because it's all you know, your usual suspects. Next up is some R&B, or what I consider to be R&B. This is Fat Larry's band, and this is the album Breaking Out, their best album in my opinion. 1982 is the year on this one. And Fat Larry's band, you know, this is something that hardly ever comes up where I live. I'm very lucky to have this. The vinyl isn't great, but until I find a better copy, this one will make do, because it's, like I just said, it's very hard to come by. So, you know, gotta get that Fat Larry's band in your collection. Next thing I got that is second hand is this compilation, this super bad compilation. And despite what the title says, it is not super bad. There are some great songs on here. That Lady by the Isley Brothers, If You Want to Stay by Sly and the Family Stone, Yes We Can by the Pointer Sisters, Backstabbers by the OJs, Move On Up by Curtis Mayfield, Superwoman by Stevie Wonder, What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. There are just some fantastic songs on here, man. It is a fantastic compilation. While all the songs are shortened versions of themselves, it will have to be, since there are 12 songs on each side. Still a great album, and I just found the year. It's from 1974. 5 albums left to show you, and they're all brand new. First one is A Stubborn Kind of Fella by Marvin Gaye, 2015 reissue. Album's originally from 1962. Great album though. Another one there for the Marvin Gaye collection, and same with this one. How Sweet It Is to Be Loved by You. I knew more songs on this one than on the other one, but honestly, if we're going off of it, I do prefer A Stubborn Kind of Fellow to this one. This album was originally from 1965, but there's songs on here. You're a Wonderful One, How Sweet It Is. You know, just a fantastic album, and one I didn't have, so another one to be added to the Marvin Gaye collection, and this again is a 2015 reissue. Next up is a new release this month. I don't know why it took them so long to release this on vinyl, but it is Lemonade by Beyonce. I don't really like new copies of albums because the gatefolds aren't as good, but it did come with a booklet there. A 13-page booklet, I believe. There's the inside of the gatefold. And the vinyl itself is on this lemonade yellow color, which is great for the album itself. It doesn't look that great on camera, but when it spins on my record player, it looks absolutely amazing. And it's a great album full stop, so of course I had to pick this up. Next album I picked up is the first album by this band I wanted to pick up last month, but couldn't find it at a reasonable price. Now that I found it at a reasonable price, I have it. It's Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. This is of course a reissue. There's no way I'm ever getting the original of this. They are so expensive. 2001 is the original year on this album. Rest in peace Chester Bennington, of course. I've said that multiple times already in videos, but there it is. The inside of the gatefold. Fantastic album. Not my favorite Linkin Park album, but their first album. Of course, I'm going to pick it up while I have the opportunity to. And finally, another album you've all actually already seen if you watched my response to Andy's Vinyl Dens video. And this is Eminem, Curtain Call, The Hits. Eminem was the rapper that got me listening to hip-hop. This has 2 previously unreleased songs. A live version of Stan that he performed with Elton John. Great album. Inside of the gatefold, of course, incredible. 2005 is the original year on this album. Just an all-round fantastic album, even though it is a greatest hits, but one of my favorite greatest hits. So with that, that's going to do it for this vinyl haul. Like I said, I cut back on my inbox a little bit just because the 35-minute, 40-minute videos, even for me, are just a bit too much because I have to go through, edit them, and it takes a really long time to render them when they're that long. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you immediately know when I upload next. Follow me on Instagram because I'm always posting on there what I'm currently listening to, and you might even get early peeks of anything that I get during the month. But with that, Alex Spins Vinyl, out. Peace.